Hi, sweetie. How you doing today, baby? You doing good today? Are you moving away from me? She's so touchy. You guys, this girl has literally stolen my heart. If you are a cat mom or just a fur mom, a dog mom, whatever, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was texting my best friend yesterday because she has veterinary background. She has veterinary background, and she said, I love the way she said it, because a lot of times I think people that don't have animals don't understand our love for them. And she said that our love for animals is pretty much so strong because, sorry, Cleo's getting in her little tunnel and it makes a lot of noise. But it's so strong because we can never be betrayed by an animal. The relationship is purely just love, and it's one of the most honest relationships that a lot of human beings will ever experience. So when we lose that animal, it is absolutely devastating. Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I'm Angela, and I'm sorry about all the random videos lately that are not really part of what I normally do on my channel, but I have been going through some things lately and it just doesn't feel right to post like paranormal and beauty stuff right now. And I know I said on my Instagram that I was going to take this week off to just kind of take a step back, but I don't know. I don't know if this video is going up this week. I don't know when it's going up or if it's going up, and I just wanted to sit down and talk because it honestly just helps me. It's like a form of therapy for me, and if I can help someone out there who's going through something similar, then that would be awesome. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I have been posting updates about my cat Cleopatra. She is 6 years old, and we just found out on Friday that unfortunately she has cancer. She has lymphoma. So it was a very big surprise. Basically, about 2 weeks ago, Gustavo and I, my boyfriend, we noticed that she was just kind of not acting like herself. She was being really quiet and withdrawn. She's very, very talkative when she is happy and healthy, and that was like the first sign. And then she started, going and like kind of like hiding in small spaces, wanting to be by herself, and she stopped eating and she stopped pooping. And so we took her to the vet, and initially they thought that she might have to have surgery because they thought there was some type of foreign object in her bowels. But then they did like a barium series. Basically, I'm not exactly 100% sure what that was. The way it was explained to me, it sounds like it's kind of like an enema for a cat to see if they could get whatever it was to move through her system. And they did a bunch of x-rays, and from the looks of the x-rays, whatever they saw in the x-ray looked like it was moving. So we decided to hold off on the surgery. He didn't recommend it. He said he thought it was going to pass on its own. And they sent us home with some medicine, and she was, most likely supposed to be good to go after being on this medicine for so long. And so we took her home, we gave her the medication, and things did start to go back to normal. And for about 3 or 4 days or so after we brought her back and she was on the medicine, she was completely back to herself. She was happy, she was talking to us, she was eating, she started going to the bathroom again, and we were so happy and relieved. But then it was just like within 24 hours, it was like night and day. It was just as bad again, if not worse. So we took her back, and they did a more extensive or a more in-depth, I should say, ultrasound of her stomach, and they also did a blood test, and they found that she has cancer. And all of her lymph nodes are like completely enlarged and swollen, and I believe he said that she has like a 4 centimeter size growth in there, and it's not operable. And Obviously, when I got the news, I was devastated. I'm not crying right now because I think I've genuinely cried every tear that I have in my body at this point. And when I got the news, they called me, and as soon as he told me, our vet told us, he was like, unfortunately, I'm so sorry. There, it is a growth, and it is lymphoma, and it's just advanced to the point where surgery is not going to help. There are some things we could do, like chemotherapy and all this stuff, to maybe prolong her life for a couple of months at the most, but there's no guarantee, and she'll probably be in a lot of pain. And I was home by myself when this happened. They still had her at the vet. I had left her there for the day while they were doing these tests. And as soon as I hung up the phone, this might sound dramatic to people, but I literally fell on my knees and I screamed and I just started bawling my eyes out. At that point, Gustavo had really good timing. He literally just opened the front door. He had just come home from work and he heard me. And so he came in and asked what was wrong. And so that's where we're at. We went and picked her up. They gave us options. And basically at this point, we're just making her really comfortable until it's her time. Losing a pet is always really hard. I had a cat prior to Cleo. 5 years before I got her, I had another cat named Pudge, and he lived till he was like 20 years old. He lived a very, very long time. I literally didn't know life without him. He was part of a litter from a cat that we had, and she had him when I was like 3 years old, and he died when I was in my early 20s. So when he passed, that was extremely difficult because I literally, could not remember life without him. And so that was hard. But at the same time, I think there's a little bit of a difference because it was more expected. It was like, he's old. He's been here so long and he's hanging on for us because he knows we love him, and it's time for us to let him go, because he was just very old and he was ready. But Cleo is not even 7 yet. She's 6 years old. And it was just so unexpected. She showed absolutely no signs until 2 weeks ago. So she literally overnight went from a happy, healthy cat that we thought we had at least another 8 to 10 years with to terminal. Nothing they can do for us. And when we were there and when we went to go pick her up after we found out the news, we talked to our doctor, our pet doctor, and, he said, I'm really sorry, but unfortunately, from what I've seen from the ultrasound, she's going to regress really fast. And I don't even think she has a month left. So this was on Friday. Let me look at the date because, like I said, I don't know when I'm going to post this so that this makes sense. This was on Friday, May 24th, that we found out this news. I couldn't stop crying. And I had to work the next day, so I didn't go to work. I called in. That might sound silly, but I literally couldn't stop crying. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to function at work on Saturday because I don't know how to explain, like I was crying, but it was literally all day. I could not stop. And when I woke up on Saturday morning, I had never cried so hard for so long. When I woke up on Saturday morning, my face was so swollen. You guys, I'm not kidding. My eyes were so swollen that I could barely see. And I didn't even look like me. And I had never seen my face that swollen before. And my face was so sore. Like when you work out and you overwork a muscle or whatever and it's really sore. That's how my face felt. Like my whole neck area, around my eyes, my forehead, everything just felt so sore and swollen. And the swelling didn't even completely go down until probably today. I was still swollen on Sunday, and on Monday, from how much I was crying, I think I overwhelmed the blood vessels in my face or something from how much I cried. And I'm not really sure why I'm telling you guys this. I'm just going through a really tough time, and the thought, I'm trying not to think about it. It's been a really good day with her. I'm lucky that I have a job where I'm home during the week a lot of the time, so I can spend time with her. And I go back and forth where I'm okay, not okay, but where I've accepted it. And I know deep down that things are going to be okay. And then I have my moments still where I just lose it because I can't imagine her not being here. And Gustavo and I are from California, but we live here in Arizona. And if any of you watching, have an animal that you love and you live far away from all of your family and friends, I'm sure you agree that they are, your best friend, your companion. I'm just so afraid of how lonely I'm gonna be when she's gone. It really is like losing a family member. She is just as important to me as any human being. I love her so much. She has brought so much joy and laughter into my life, and Gustavo's as well. We're both just really emotional right now. She is doing good right now. She's comfortable. She's on a lot of medication to make that possible, but she's not in pain right now. She's, awake a lot of the time, which is good, because when we first brought her home, she was just very lethargic and she was regressing really, really fast. So the medication is helping a lot, and we're hoping that, our vet said that probably less than a month, so 3 to 4 weeks. We've been taking like video of her and taking pictures of her and with her. And I think that's part of the reason I'm making this for my channel, not only to maybe help other people out there who can relate, but also I'm somebody I'm afraid of forgetting things, and I would never forget Cleo, but this is kind of like a video diary, and this is an important event in my life that I want to document because I love her so much. And like I said, she's been such a blessing in our lives, and she deserves that. She deserves to be remembered. And when I first found out she was sick, I was very, very angry with God. I kept asking him, why are you taking her from me? I don't understand. And she's just a baby. And I'm probably never gonna know why. The thing that I keep telling myself to get through is that, we adopted her when she was 3 years old. And she's almost 7. She, September this year would have been 4 years that we've had her. So we've had her about 3 years and 8 months, I think. And I was just so angry. I haven't gotten enough time with her. But there's a part of me that thinks that maybe this was always meant to be her fate. And, maybe, we found her, I adopted her so that I could give her the best life possible for the short amount of time that she was going to be here. So for those of you, who follow me regularly, or maybe you just came across this video because you're going through something similar, I don't know. It just sometimes seems like life throws everything at you all at once. When it rains, it pours. And with everything that's been going on this past year and a half with my health issues and with my physical health, my digestion, and my mental health because of my digestion, and now I'm gonna lose my baby. I'm absolutely devastated, and Gustavo and I are moving to a new apartment. Today's literally 30 days from our move-in date to our new place, and obviously because of everything going on, we have not even started to pack. And it is going to be chaos. When she does pass, we've already planned, we're going to get her cremated because, like I said, we're from California and we currently live in Arizona and we're not happy here, which is why we're going to a cheaper apartment. Still very nice, but we're doing that to save money so that we can move back to California in the next year or two. And the thought of burying her here and going back to California and leaving her here with nobody breaks my heart, and Gustavo's as well. So we've decided that we are going to get her cremated so that we can keep her here with us, and then when we go back to California one day, if we decide we want to bury her there somewhere, we will, or we'll, keep her with us, whatever we decide. I texted one of my best friends. Well, she's like my main best friend. Literally been best friends since like 6th grade. Known each other since 5th. Best friends since like 6th or 7th grade. And she has a veterinary background, so she knows about these things. And when the first couple days were really, really hard because I kept going, I could not turn my brain off, and I just kept thinking, what if this is my fault? What if I didn't see the signs? What if I didn't get her the right vaccinations? What if this could have been avoided? Okay, I don't know when the camera cut off, but it stopped recording. So basically I was talking to one of my best friends yesterday, and she basically just told me that, cats are very good at hiding symptoms. They are prey-like animals, so it's in their instinct to do so, and that lymphoma is such an aggressive cancer, and basically just, telling me it's not my fault, there's nothing I could have done, and I'm doing absolutely everything I can for her, and it was just really comforting. And I told her that Gustavo and I are going through, a really hard time, and I actually want to read the text message because it was really, really touching, and it just got the words out in a way that I couldn't, basically saying why we love our animals so much and why it is completely okay to be absolutely devastated when we're gonna lose them. And this was right after I told her I was devastated, and she said, I know what you mean. The suddenness of it makes it so much more difficult to process. I have a strong belief that we put all of the emotions we can't necessarily invest in humans into our pets. So when we find ourselves having to say goodbye, those emotions are all brought to the surface. We love them wholeheartedly and without any inhibitions because no one has ever been betrayed by their pet. It's probably the most honest relationship a lot of people will ever experience. Others might not get it. They might think some of us overreact to our pets and their ailments, but the ones who get it really understand. And it made me feel so much better, and it's just so true. Our pets, it's such a pure and loving relationship because, they can't talk back. We can't fight with our pets. We can't have disagreements with our pets. They genuinely just love us unconditionally, and they completely steal our hearts when we adopt animals or take them into our home. So when we lose them, it is the most devastating thing that you could experience. But yeah, I really don't know what the purpose of this video is. All I know is I felt the need to sit down and talk. It's like therapy to me, and if this can help anybody watching, you're not alone. It's okay to be absolutely devastated. You're not silly for being upset about losing an animal. You're not overreacting. They are family. They make an impact in our lives. I mean, the last year, when my health was really bad with my digestion and I was crying a lot, some of you, if you've been watching me for a while, you might know I had made a video that I was really depressed, and I was just bawling in that entire video. that's how almost every day was for me for a solid year, because I was miserable and in pain, and I felt horrible, and it just felt like there was no getting over that obstacle. And obviously Gustavo was really supportive throughout that time, but I don't know what I would have done without Cleo. Animals are our saving grace in hard times. Coming home from her to her when I had a hard day at work, knowing that I was going to open the door and she was going to come running, would get me through that hard day. Just, you know, as an example, she has been the biggest blessing in my life. And I'm so sad that I can't save her. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to stop talking now. Whew. I hope this video helped you in some way. Like I said, I will get back to paranormal videos and beauty videos like you guys love soon. I just have a lot going on right now, and we have to be out of this apartment in a month. It's just a lot to take on right now. I'm not going anywhere though, but I am a little preoccupied at the moment, so I gotta do what's right for me and my baby. And yeah. So I will see you guys next time. I love you.